are moments when you look at your life and wonder, God, are you still doing something? You prayed. You waited. You believed. But nothing seems to be changing. The door hasn't opened. The answer hasn't come. The situation still looks exactly the same. And somewhere in the silence, a dangerous thought begins to grow. Maybe God has forgotten me. But what if the silence doesn't mean God is absent? What if the things you cannot see are actually the things that matter most? My beloved, type in the comment section, God has not forgotten me, and make sure you declare the word over your life. Also, take a time to like this video and subscribe to this channel so you can easily get access to other videos. Listen carefully. Just because you cannot see God working does not mean God is not working. You cannot see the roots of a tree growing beneath the soil. You cannot see the wind, but you can see what it moves. You cannot see tomorrow, but God is already there. And sometimes, God is doing His deepest work in places your eyes cannot reach. You may be looking at your circumstances and seeing nothing, but God may be preparing something you haven't even imagined yet. That unanswered prayer may not be a rejection. That delay may not be wasted time. It may be preparation. It may be redirection. And one day, you may look back and realize, if God had answered me when I wanted Him to, I would have missed what He was preparing. Think about how often we judge God's faithfulness by what we can see. If the money comes, we say, God is good. If the opportunity comes, we say, God is working. If the prayer is answered immediately, we say, God heard me. But what happens when nothing changes? What happens when you pray and the situation gets worse? What happens when you trust God and still have to wait? That is where faith becomes real. Because faith is not only believing when the evidence is obvious. Faith is trusting God when the evidence has not appeared yet. Say this out loud. Lord, I don't understand what you are doing, but I trust that you know what you're doing. Trust, not because everything is clear, but because He is faithful. There is a season for planting. There is a season for watering. And there is a season for harvesting. The mistake we often make is expecting a harvest immediately after planting. We ask God for growth, but we become frustrated when growth takes time. But God is not in a hurry. He is building something that will last. And sometimes, before God changes your circumstances, He changes you. He strengthens your character. He deepens your faith. He teaches you patience. He removes things that would have destroyed you later. He prepares your heart for the blessing you have been asking Him for. Because sometimes, the blessing is not the problem. The person receiving the blessing needs preparation. Imagine receiving everything you prayed for before you were ready to handle it. The relationship you wanted. The opportunity you wanted. The financial breakthrough you wanted. What if God is not withholding something from you, but preparing you for it? Maybe right now, you are in one of those seasons. You are watching other people move forward. Someone got married, someone got the job, someone launched the business. Someone's life seems to be moving exactly the way they wanted, and you feel stuck or behind. You feel like everyone received their answer except you. But please hear this. Your timeline is not God's timeline. You are not forgotten. Comparison can make you question what God is doing in your own life. So stop measuring your life by someone else's progress. There are things He is doing in you that nobody else can see. Nothing is wasted when it is placed in God's hands. You may be experiencing your own season of uncertainty, but remember, you don't have to understand the entire process to trust the God. God sees the whole picture. You see today, He sees tomorrow. You see the delay, He sees the purpose. You see the problem, He sees the solution. So breathe. You don't have to know exactly how everything will work out. Your job is to trust God with the next step. So walk by faith. Pray the next prayer. Do the next right thing and leave the outcome in God's hands, because while you are worrying about what you cannot see, God is already working in what you cannot see. So don't only thank God for the doors He opens, learn to trust Him with the doors He closes. And if you are currently facing a closed door, don't panic. Trust Him. There is something else I want you to remember. God's silence does not mean God's absence. Sometimes, the most powerful work happens quietly. And your life may be like that right now. Inside of you, God may be building something, and one day, what is happening inside of you will become visible. So don't give up just because you cannot see results yet. Keep trusting, believing, praying, and keep moving forward. Maybe you needed to hear this today. You are not forgotten. God knows exactly where you are. He knows what you need. He knows what you've been praying about. He knows the desires of your heart. He knows the battles you haven't told anyone about. He knows the tears you cried when nobody was watching. And He is not ignoring you. So when you wake up tomorrow and nothing looks different, trust Him, not because you know what tomorrow holds, but because, God holds tomorrow. And if your heart is tired today, you don't need to pretend that you're strong. Bring your weariness, your questions, your disappointment, your fears, and your uncertainty to God. Say this out loud. God, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how this will work out. I don't know when the answer will come, but I choose to trust you. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.